got this point of view. Yeah, you know it's true. Talking about life, religion and the rules, politics, culture, yeah, it's all on cue. Racism, sexism, we put it on the floor, but their words are theirs and nothing more. Every thought they say, it's theirs alone. It don't reflect us, no, just their tone. Comments and vibes is how they feel, but they share, that's their own deal. Agree or not, that's up to you. Everyone's voice deserves a debut, but what they say is just their own song. We keep the vibe moving right along.
Welcome back to Zealous Vibe. There's nothing off the table. Relationships, conspiracy, culture. If it's happening, we're talking about it. Today, we got everyone in the building today, man. It's your boy, DJ Willie Will, and today we got...
Dre.
Taz, no other KT.
And you got your boy Tone Block over here. Pretty much, I came up with the topic today. Let me give you a little backstory, because it was Sunday, my last day drinking. Had about 5-6 shots, mixing up the Ciroc with the tequila. Didn't want to finish, so I went and grabbed me a little sangria. Don't judge. It was a nice day out. So I'm sitting back there listening to a little music on the patio by myself. And I just got to thinking about, like, damn, people that have been together for a long time. So I end up listening to some old school. I sent my mama and my stepdad the same song, because I know they probably sitting next to each other. Sent them a little, what was it? The Best Thing I Ever Had.
Yeah.
So I sent that. Then I end up sending another song, and it just made me think, like, all right, I know everybody go through their ups and downs. You've been together for years. Every now and then you just need somebody to remind y'all why y'all love each other, give y'all something that you ain't heard in a while that'll put you back in that feeling, that emotion. And that's what just got it all sparked with me and had me feeling a certain way. And I was like, you know what? Maybe we need to do the difference between love and affection, and just, emphasize on what it means to everybody, what level you at now, and the different levels of it. So that's pretty much how this came about. And I want to give y'all the definition first to start it off. So far as affection is pretty simple. It says a gentle feeling and fondness or liking. That was like, okay, plain cut. But then you come to love. It says it's various forms of powerful human emotion encompassing deep affection, care, and attachment, ranging from romantic love to familiar love, even love of abstract concepts. And then it give you all the different kinds, which we'll get into, but just what is the difference between, affection and love to you all?
Well, to me, it's no difference. They one and the same. Mm-hmm. Love is just the overall feeling that you have. And to me, affection is just an expression of that love. So, to me, they one and the same. I can't separate them. Yeah. Because I feel like if you don't have love inside of you, then you can't really show affection, because it won't be natural to you. You'd be forcing it. So I just think they just one and the same, and affection is just an extension of love. That's my opinion.
Well, I'm going to have to go on the flip side corner of that. One of us saying yes, but I think they can be distinctly, noticed as far as, love and affection. Mm-hmm. I believe some people can actually show affection to people, but they never reach that love part of it. And then I do also believe that you can be in love with somebody else, but you're not showing a sense of affection towards someone else, or the affection that they receive, that they can receive. So I think you do need one to get to the other. Mm-hmm. But once you love someone, sometimes you lose track of that other part that got you to the love part. That's why I said it could be different. Yeah. What you got, Tad?
It's kind of hard to depict from that, because I've had a lot of conversations about love and affection, and a lot of times people point out to me that they're the same or they're similar, and statistically it is the same. I just feel like love kind of depict differently from affection, because I feel like affection is more of an action type of deal when it's actually a noun thing. But I feel like maybe it's a level of affection, or the amount of affection, or the amount of love that you can provide for someone. if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. So I did a little research
Okay.
because what's life without research and shit? Right. So the affection part, you can show your affection in different ways, like besides verbally. You can tell somebody, "Hey, I care about you," or "Let me go do this," or whatever. But you can also show your affection physically. And I just kind of want to read through this this breakdown of general affection. So this breakdown has general affection, strong affection. So I thought you was holding your hand out like you wanted to read this. So food. Starting that shit again. All right, back on track. So devotion, warmth, tenderness, kind-heartedness, admiration, passion, longing, yearning for someone, and crush.
That's all affection.
Yeah, that's like levels of
Forms
like
of it?
affection,
Okay.
forms of affection. So if you crushing on somebody, then you're showing some type of form of affection, depending on what you actually physically doing.
But you can crush on somebody and never let it be known. Like I done did that plenty times. Like,
That's true.
so it's not really, is it affection or is it just a feeling?
You know what, Tom? Can't get none past you. You're absolutely right about that, man. My bad. I kind of jumped around this page, so let me go and rewind it back real quick. To express affection, you can use words like fondness, love, care, devotion, and attraction, along with actions like hugs, kissing, and spending quality time together. So when I was talking about general affectionate, I was going over some of the vocabulary words that you can use, so therefore you're not actually expressing it. So let's go towards some of the affectionate expression actions that you can use that's on here, like physical, hugs, kisses, holding hands, spending quality time together,
And I
or
just
act of
found out
services.
something. And I just found out something. It's crazy because it says that affection can be precursors to love. It's not necessarily the same thing, but love often builds upon the foundation of affection. But affection can also exist independently. So I guess based off of what you just what you just read out about the different levels of affection, like verbal, physical, acts of service, showing appreciation, the way that you show the affection to others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty
What
much
you got over there, Dre? You take it hard over there.
No, I ain't thinking hard. I mean, really, y'all just confirm what I was just saying because
Yeah.
to me, it's still an extension of love.
It's still a extension
Yeah,
of
Because if
love.
you don't have that
Yeah.
love in your heart, you can't display it to nobody.
You
'Cause
can't display
You
it.
got a serial killer, a hardened killer who has no love in their heart at all. They can't really show affection. They can mimic it in order to get what they want. It's called manipulation at that point. You know, but genuine, true affection come from somebody with love in their heart. So that's why I say it's an extension. That's how you show it, because you can't really see love, but you can show affection to somebody and they can receive love that way. You know, so that's why I say that's how you show it.
And see, that's the difference that I'll be trying to get towards is when people say they love you, I have a hard time of showing people that I actually love them, you know. And I don't know if it's go based off of the affection part, but I feel like that a lot of times people can say that they love you, but is it actually a thing that you could go from? Like, for example, a family member, right? Somebody can be done wrong so many times and you can accept it, but based off of somebody's emotions, which an affection is, based off somebody's emotions, is it truly love or is it that they actually have an affection to love you? I don't understand. I mean,
I can
know
give
if
you
y'all understand
I can
that.
give you a little help with that. I was just looking up different types of love, and familiar love is one of them. It refers to the love between family members, and it's often characterized as unconditional support and a sense of security. So you know what I'm
So
saying?
that's
That's pretty much what you're talking about. Like, even though they might have screwed you over or whatever, that's your blood, that's your family. So no matter what, you're gonna feel like you go have to be there for them or show some sense of, you know what I'm saying, I love you, I ain't gonna turn your back on them type shit. Not to mean they won't, not to say they wouldn't do the same to you or they would do the same, reciprocate it, but you know, everybody don't love everybody.
And that's what I was getting at too. So would you say that if I stated I don't have love for you, or I love you but I don't have love for you, what would that meaning be? Or if I'm not supporting, like you said, supportness or foundation of, you know, being towards a family member, then does that mean that I'm not really,
So you
that I
saying
have love for
if
it?
you say I love you but I'm not in love with you type shit, or I
No,
don't have love
just
for you, what you said?
as far as, oh, you my family, we cool or whatever, but I don't support what you have going on, so I can't say that
me take
I
the
love
answer
you,
for
but
that.
I might have love for you.
Let me
you
take
know?
that. I'm gonna take the answer for that one right there.
Mm-hmm.
What it sounds like you're saying is different types of love, because you got godly love, you got family love, you got relationship significant other love, and what you're falling is that because I have faith in and God said we should love everyone.
everybody,
So
and
I
that's
have
love.
love for you. I'm not gonna hate you because I have no reason, or unless you just don't want to hate them. But I love you because that's the right thing to do. But I got no love for you, so therefore I won't show you no love. And you said in your statement earlier that sometimes, correct me if I'm wrong, that sometimes you have a hard time showing love.
Yeah.
So
So wouldn't that be a part of the affection part too?
but that's why I want to bring up, because
Okay.
I get to hit you with this bit of information right here.
Okay.
Everybody should have heard of 5 love language. If y'all haven't, we're gonna break some of it down right now. And this is probably one of the reasons that you're not actively showing love to the person that you love, because they're not perceiving the love that you're trying to give them, because they don't acknowledge what you're doing for them.
Right.
So let's break down some of this 5 love language. This is coming from Gary Chapman, principles, or Dr. Gary Chapman principles. Let me put some respect on his name. So you got 5 love languages. The first love language will be words of affirmation. And don't get me wrong, in these 5 love language, you're going to have affectionate things in it. So some people get confused about the affectionate part and the love part. The second one is quality time. I ain't gonna lie, that's mine's right there. If you show me some quality time, I'm be like, I feel that, because there's one thing in this world you can't get back, and what is that?
time.
I don't care
if
what
you
you
show
say.
me
When
that
your
you-
time is up, your time is up. So if you're giving me,
Your
and I'm gonna
time.
take it a step further. If you're giving me your life essence, if you're giving me your time, I appreciate that. That's not your real life essence, but shit, you're not getting that 5 minutes that you spent with me back. I appreciate that. That's how I perceive love, because you did something that you can't ever get back.
I'm gonna tell you how that can be shitted on real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, shit on me.
When you give them, when you just give them your last, like you just went and had a great time with everybody else, but you come back and just give me this nothing, ain't no excitement, no enthusiasm, like you don't want to be here time.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm just here to show up.
Yeah, I'm just here.
because you're not really being legit about.
So then that means, do the person not love you?
Well, the short answer to your question is you just got to communicate with your partner to figure out what their love language is and work on trying to display it how they receive it. Because you could be giving out your love language, yours is quality time, but to somebody else, theirs can be communication. So they don't necessarily have to spend physical time with you. They could like talking on the phone with you. That's their quality time. And their
But how-
love language is communication. So in order to have them feel the love from you, you just got to learn how to communicate with them better. And then they have to learn how to spend more quality time with you. So y'all got to come together with that communication and figure out how y'all express love to each other and how y'all receive love from each other.
So is the 5 love languages that you spoke on, is it only strictly for relationships?
No.
You ain't
Let me
got
finish
all
the
of
It's
it.
5.
everything.
Yeah, let me finish the 5 real quick. But I don't
Okay.
think it's strictly for
Right,
relationships.
because most people pour towards relationship, but I'm trying to go like as far as how people have hatred for their family members or hatred for friends or you know things of that nature too, not just relationship based.
So we on the 3rd love language, receiving gifts.
Okay.
The 4th love language, physical touch. And the 5th love language, or did I skip? Who knows?
Probably acts of service. I don't think
Acts
he
of
said
service. That's what it is. Acts of services. So we're just gonna go with giving gifts. It can be outside of the relationships. What do y'all do? What do most people do on Christmas time? They give gifts to their kids. They're showing them their love because they're willing to give them gifts or whatever. We're just gonna say that's love.
I mean,
Because
it
giving
is.
gifts.
It
Your
is.
child
could
is
be.
gonna perceive that
Yeah.
as my mother loved me because she gave me
this,
something
yeah.
because all parents don't give their kids stuff.
Right. I
So
mean,
that's how they perceive it at that time.
Yeah.
yeah, you can even look at it with friends. Like you remember
Yeah.
your friend's birthday, you go out celebrate with them, you give them a little gift.
I
or,
love you, but I
Yeah.
don't have to necessarily give
Right.
you.
I'm saying, but,
I get what
if your
you're
love
saying,
language
though.
is gift giving,
Yeah.
that's how you would show
Because
love
I
to
think
that
my
friend.
problem more is an act of like
Act of-
quality time.
Yeah, quality time. See,
I hate being
see your
around her,
love
yeah.
language probably go hang out with your friend on her birthday or when she feeling down or something like that.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm trying to give an example.
You're
Quality
right, yeah,
time.
but I get what you're saying, yeah.
Not necessarily
Yeah.
that's what you do.
But I always had a problem with the fact that how you perceive love, is it the same way that you give love?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
So let's say that I like quality time, but I'm giving active services.
That's me. Because I'm an active service person, but
I'm
I
that
don't
type of
necessarily
person.
like that to come back to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Like you shouldn't have
right.
to give this to
Like,
me. I feel like you deserve to place it to something else.
Yeah.
Show me something else.
Yeah.
I understand that.
So that means to sum up everything about your question, or not question, but statement about not showing it, and what Dre said, you definitely got to figure out what's both of y'all love language, and you got to pinpoint how that person can receive the love,
Yeah.
Right.
and then you yourself have to be within that realm and give them, because if you love them, you're gonna do it.
right.
That's just the bottom line.
So is it wrong that, because get me wrong, if love
Don't get me
don't
wrong.
get me
We
wrong.
got-
Yeah, I know what I
All
mean.
right, big mom.
Don't get me wrong. If you came across a situation with another person, and it could be just anybody, and later on, I wouldn't say that it's a grudge, but later on you feel like that nobody desired your love, and you feel like that saying I love you towards another person that you don't really believe, so is that more connected to the supportness of the definition of love, or is that towards the affection of love?
That's you looking for love. You just telling them that because you want it reciprocated.
So I can give you an example.
If you said you
Okay.
didn't really feel that way towards
Yeah,
them,
let me give you an example. Me, I don't know if it's just me, because I'm real hard of showing emotions, and a lot of people might think that I don't have love. Like, I have love for you, but I don't love you, right?
It's not just you.
Okay.
Aquarius, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, look.
Go ahead. Go
Dre
ahead.
said,
But I feel
got
like
you.
that love have to be shown to me. So whether you my family member and you treated me a certain way, or you my friend, I feel like that, yeah, biblically you should love others, or whatever happens, that love should always be there and you have no hatred to others. However, me differently, I feel like that love is like it has to be given, or not given,
Action.
or it has to be
Action.
So I just feel like that in a situation where I had got into it back then with a family member, or like I could say my mom or dad, they treat me a certain way where I feel like I didn't have that love, that I wanted that love, but that you didn't provide that to me. So would that be a problem, that it's an affectionate thing, or is it that maybe it's just like a abandonment or a different problem? You know what I'm saying? Because really, love to me, I can't even depict what love is. How would I know what love is?
See, that's
Because love can be given a
You know
different
what?
way in a
That
scenario,
could be
but
the
what
source
really
of
love
real quick.
is.
yeah, it could be the source of your problem right there because
We
you got to
Right.
figure out.
for you right here.
Look.
You want to
Yeah,
find out?
we got to figure out
Look,
what
give me
love.
to me. Give me
is.
to me.
Let's find out what your love is.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna go and break out these glasses. Y'all ain't never seen me with glasses on before. We about to
Look.
do this shit.
Yeah, so you
Dr.
probably really
Williams.
got to figure out your love language and start giving your mate or whoever it is that you want to receive love from examples of how you view love, how you see it, and how you recognize it.
And then most of
Because
the
everybody
time,
don't know how you recognize love.
right? But
You
then
know.
most of the time, we learn this definition or this word from where we brung up to. So it start off wherever we brung up to. Like, I can be brought up a certain way and another person can be brought up a certain way. You could have a 2-parent household, but I could have a 1-parent household. She can show me acts of service because she loves me, or that's a type of love that she provides to me. But verbally, she won't give me that certain type of love that I expect. So how do we really know what love is if it's different, depicted on different people, or separated from different people?
While you thinking about that, Dre, let me hit up with these 3 questions real quick.
Not the glasses
Discover your primary love language.
Look.
To task. So we're gonna figure out what make you feel most loved by your partners, right? So what does your partner do or fail to do that hurts you most deeply?
So what this statement is saying here is the opposite of what hurts you the most is probably your love language.
Let's see the next one. What have you most often request from your mate? Is there something that you always requesting? Think about it. Is there something you always requesting from your loved one or whoever?
I wouldn't say necessarily from a partner, but I would say maybe from like a mother or a father,
So if you figure out what you're always requesting, you're literally saying, I want to receive that.
Yeah.
So that's going to depict, your love, how you receive love.
Okay.
In what way do you regularly express love to your partner or to somebody else? So that's something you actually have to figure out. Like I said, I do acts of services, and I really didn't know that at one point, but I had like people tell me this, and I was like, hold on. I do express act of services a lot because it's no problem. Like I'm willingly gonna do it, and it doesn't bother me at all. So that's how I show love. So those are the 3 things to pinpoint, like how you feel love. So,
and then how, if we can ask these questions to find out if another person provides that for us, but then if another person could say, hey, what I do is the love that I give you based off of their characteristics.
Then that's
so
not
then
the
how
person
can
you
we
need.
change the difference between what somebody else can provide me the love for and the love that I expect? Is that really love?
Because I got a statement for that.
At some point you have to find the love within yourself.
There you go.
Right.
That's really what it boiled down to. And the other piece to that is back to what we did, the podcast we did a couple of weeks ago about horoscopes. You still really have to find out who your parents are.
Right.
Because we come into it, we looking for certain things from our parents. But if you find out who they are and they love language and how they set up, you probably realize that they can't provide that for you. So you need to look for that somewhere else. Not necessarily, well, you look within yourself for that love that you're missing, and figure out the type of love that they are giving and appreciate that. Because
Right.
sometimes that's all they can do.
That's all
Sometimes
they can provide.
He
Yeah.
won't talk to me. Nah.
Yeah, they might not talk to you, but they putting food on the table, so they provide.
No, I ain't never
But
seen
I
the
feel like
nigga.
that's a
That's
necessity.
different.
You're supposed to do that for me, regardless.
I
you
mean,
know.
you supposed to, but that's really rooted
But
in love.
you have some people, households where they family members or their parents will not provide anything on the table.
Hey now, don't forget what to do. We got more good vibes coming just for you. Follow, subscribe, and hit that share. Show some love, spread it everywhere. Got ideas for the next big show? Drop a line, let us know. We vibe together, you know it's right. Hit that bell, don't miss a sight. Your feedback helps us grow, it's true. Tell us how we're doing, from us to you.
Yeah, that's
So
some
they'll
kind
feel
of
like they not
dysfunction.
loved.
Yeah.
Yeah. But can love go towards trust? Like can trust
If you flip
be
it,
the same as love?
I mean, in a way, it's kind of built into it.
It's just the fact of wanting to see somebody's well-being, like a deep desire to see somebody doing well in a sense. So, but I'm not gonna say that's trust. That's just you like, nah, trust ain't got shit to do with it.
Okay.
I can still want you to do good, and I don't trust you for shit. Like, get out my house.
No, not that type of. It's like, can I trust you enough to say that you desire the love I give you, or that I desire what you say that you provided to me, like the love you say you giving to me.
Can I trust to desire what you giving me and for you to want and appreciate what I'm giving you? I don't give a fuck. That's up to you. Like,
See, look, but that's
I'm giving it
different,
to you.
though.
I'm giving you the best that I got, baby.
But it depends on what level you speaking of upon that, because you have, and hypothetically speaking, you have females and males who have lacked the love of their parents. So outside of the relationship situation, you have family members, you have females who go out and find men or go out and sell themselves for men because they feel like that's their love because they never had it from their father. But then you have a family member that come back to their life and expect the love from them. But it's like, can love be a trusted thing?
You can trust yourself. Love, self-love. You gotta love yourself before you can love
And
somebody
that's
else.
true, but it takes a minute for people to actually have self-love and to understand where they go through to even get the love or the self-love that they expect from themselves, or to portray for themselves.
Love can trust can equal love, and you can have love. You can have trust in love, but it can also go the other way. Like, you can love somebody, but then somewhere down the road they lose a level of trust. So it doesn't necessarily have to be there 100%
That's
at
the
all
same.
times, but it doesn't determine in every situation, if I don't trust you, I don't love you.
That's the same as affection. Like, what's the timeline on it? Do y'all have one? Like, just an example, maybe off the top.
Of affection?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do. Man, I'm gonna tell you why these females be getting me all fucked up. So,
How long do it take for you to fall in love?
oh, that.
Like, when, like, far as affection, like an example, you can be affectionate with somebody off the rip, like be infatuated with them, like, damn, she looks so good. Like, all you want to do is spend your time. You're on the phone late night, you kissing, hugging, holding hands, just infatuated. But after, say you've been with them for years, 2-3 years maybe, I say usually about 3 years. If y'all been around each other every day, day and night, after a while, that shit starts slowly falling off. Like, the infatuation phase is over. You might love them now, but all that holding hands and cuddling and that don't always seem to, it don't have the same sense of urgency and the desire to do it.
So you're
that's
losing
not
a sense of
love.
affection, that the reason why you got that person.
Yeah.
And that's when you're going to start having problems, because that person was used to that affection. That person needed that affection or liked that affection. All of a sudden you deprived them of what you started.
That's crazy. I was with somebody for almost like 20-some years, and we've never really died down on that level.
Yeah, you can't.
Until the end.
Yeah.
You'll know.
But for the most part, I always express, we was always affectionate towards each
Excuse me
other.
for being a real motherfucker.
No, that's what I say. You being real, it happens.
That's the scenario in your relationship.
Because
I'm
you
saying.
can be with somebody based off of the affection that was given,
Yeah.
or the acts of service, or the quality time that was given, but doesn't mean that you started off with love.
No, I definitely didn't start with love. You
Yeah.
started with affection and care.
It never
and-
built the love.
Yeah, that's
you
what
have
I'm
to
saying.
build the love
But
in order to do so.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
want to say
So you can love them like 4 or 5 years later, but the affection, the same level of affection, isn't the same level it used to be. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you're no longer infatuated. You just show affection sporadically.
I have to end the relationship if I get to that point.
To-
'Cause, I
Or
mean,
I'ma let you know
what am I
already.
in it for? If I'm
I'm
not
already
attracted
let
to
you
no
know.
more.
Before. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
gonna let you know.
I'm happy for y'all.
Yeah.
Look,
I mean, honestly, I never lost affection for my fiance, my last fiance. So to the end, she broke up with me. So
I'm gonna be honest though. I think I felt in
You're
some
not-
of that realm of losing affection, but it wasn't purposely. It's like you get incomplacent sometimes. Like it can be work or it can be whatever's going on, and then before you know it, you're not doing the things that you used to do. Not saying that you're purposely not doing that affection, you just got incomplacent. So it can happen in different ways to people.
I just never been affectionate.
What would be the difference between
You like doing things.
Oh, doing
Like say you wash her car
So I
or
asked this
shit like
question.
that.
His
Just
question
you handle
was-
business.
What was the question?
He said, "What's the definition of acts of service?" So he's like, as if you was to wash the car, you just want to
You
get
do
out
stuff she
and go.
need done without her having to ask you. Like you just, shit
You're
like
doing
that.
stuff because a lot of times,
Acts of service is basically you providing, doing everything that needs to be done. That's it.
no, not necessarily. I
I'm
disagree on that.
Well, I'm
one.
talking about for your partner.
Partner, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's more of out of the blue. Would you go out and give me this type of gift or something that you never even thought of? I ordered this. Oh, hey, babe, I got this for you, and
No,
you
that-
didn't even recognize or realize that's acts of services.
No, that's giving gifts.
That's gift
Oh,
giving.
but that's
I
a
do
part of
both.
acts of service.
No, acts of
It's
service
not-
is doing something.
All
Gifts
right,
is-
I got
is
you right
giving
here. I
something.
had to go back to this thing right here on active services. So it says active services means doing things you know your partner would like to do.
That doesn't mean
That's
buying
gift,
things.
but that's
But
still.
if they like it.
But it's still acts of service.
well,
like
read the gifts then.
you thought about some type of shoes that you like. You didn't go get it. You like, oh, you just thought like, oh, I like these here. Out of nowhere, your wife came and brung you some shoes that you like, and you didn't even think that she was to do that.
Yeah.
But that's an act of service.
That's a gift. Act of service
That's a
would
gift.
be
That's gifting, but
me
that's a
going
part
to
of
get
act-
my wife's car fixed or whatever.
Yeah.
No, but that's providing though.
That's
But
saying
That's
service.
and that's why a lot
That's
of
a
the
service.
times that's a divide in women and men, because I feel like that you came in a relationship to provide that for me regardless. Like that's something that automatically comes into play.
Nah,
Well, that's how most women think.
but that's not.
But
accurate.
to me, I feel like because that's something that I can do for myself. To me, I feel like it's, oh, you thought in your rightful mind that I wanted this, and so you
still
you
talking
gifted
about
for me, you
gifts.
surprised me. But that's a
That's
part of
not an act of service. That's
well,
buying
both
a
of
gift.
ours is an act of service.
Okay, an act of service would be you need your brakes
Doing
done.
things.
Yeah.
I changed your brakes for you. Don't worry about that. You wanted your car washed. I washed that for you. You had to go do something. I took care of that for you. That's you acting to do
And
something.
that's acts, and you,
That's not
and
buying
that was thoughtful.
something. Yeah.
But it's still the same thing because you're buying
It's
a car
not.
wash. You're going to get the car fixed.
Who said you're
So-
buying
Like-
a car wash? You're washing it in the
So-
driveway, maybe.
Hey,
Let me-
okay.
It's gonna fall into what Tone said. And I'm not sure if you're gonna catch this.
Oh, that's understandable.
But what Tone was saying is you seek to please them by serving, which requires thought, planning, time, effort, and energy.
Okay.
So if you're actively wanting to please them by serving them, then that's act of service.
Okay. So like I made a dinner reservation. No.
No.
See, because
service
that's
is
the
something you
problem with
do
this
for-
love
Yeah.
No,
stuff.
you just getting the
Now,
definitions.
now let's
wrong.
say you made a dinner reservation. She always driving. You say, baby, you know what? I'm gonna drive today. You're actively serving her by driving for her.
Making a reservation.
Even though I drive all the time, I'm just throwing a scenario out there.
It could be if
And
say
I took you to
planned
this
the whole
restaurant,
thing.
but you didn't
Well,
know, and it was a surprise. That's acts of service to
as
me.
far as food,
So
it's-
opening a
it's-
car door is an act of service.
No, that's just
That's something
chivalry.
I expected.
That's chivalry.
yeah.
Open up car doors.
You expect that?
Yeah.
I expect my man to go get my car and take it to the mechanic shop. If anything, you're my man.
That's it's still
I
service,
mean,
but-
you have the right to do that.
Yeah.
that is not
And
no
which
problem.
I am good because I as an independent woman, I'm like, okay, I would do that for myself, but that's an extra service because it's something you didn't have to do. But that's
no,
yeah,
still
that's a
good.
service.
That's-
Okay.
That's a service.
So, and then to you guys, it's expected to go ahead and find a gift and provide that to them.
No.
No?
We're just saying that's a love language.
I'm finna
gift
save
giving.
yourself.
Okay, so that's
a whole
but
lot
I
of
didn't
headache.
hear that a part of the love languages.
You didn't listen good then.
Did I?
What part?
Gifts
The
of
gift?
services?
No, yeah.
It
No,
was a
it's
part of the
Gift
love.
is one of the
Gift
love
giving.
languages.
Gift-
So what you're trying to do is mix two
Oh.
love languages.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
I
you
didn't
pretty
think.
much do both then, huh?
Yeah.
Gift giving.
That-
I
I'm
guess
both.
so because I feel
Separate
like it
language.
was the same,
Nah.
correlation.
It's two
So
different
here we
And
things.
go.
it's not okay.
The third one was receiving
right.
gifts.
Yeah. That's what you talking
Okay,
about.
receiving gifts.
Receiving and giving gifts.
Yeah.
But acts of service is like
Totally different.
okay.
And then
If
like
you want to do
said,
cooking, and you would go and cook your mate a meal for an act of service.
Yeah.
But that's not expected.
No, it's not expected. I'm gonna save yourself a whole lot of trouble in your dating
Maybe
life.
it's an expectation in love. Then.
Take expectation out your vocabulary.
Okay,
There you go.
You're right.
Because
Okay.
nobody owes anybody on this planet
You're right.
nothing.
And I said that last time.
Except the person who birthed you.
You can have hopes.
That's it. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can have hopes. You can have what you desire.
Right.
But you can't expect anything from somebody because
Okay.
that's they have to willingly
What is
give
different?
that of
Willingly.
themselves.
Okay,
That's
you're
how
right.
they show they
Look,
love.
Mike, what your
So I
question
didn't-
was, man?
Okay. Well, thank you.
that was his question.
That was his question. His was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're about to go ahead and take about a 5 or 10 minute break, and we're gonna come back and hopefully we got some stories to tell. Except my backward ass story I was trying to tell. We're gonna pick it up from there, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. For those who are on Facebook, follow us on Spotify, Zealous Vibe Around the Board, or you can go visit our website, zealousvibe.com. Yeah.
Peace. We love y'all.
Got you saying things you never said. In my bedroom, only in my bedroom. You're losing control like you never knew. In my bedroom, only in my bedroom. Lights down low, I feel you near. Your body trembling, no need to speak. Fingers tracing every fear. You're moaning softly, feeling weak. Put your leg behind your head, make you beg. Got you saying things you never said. In my bedroom, only in my bedroom. You're losing control like you never knew. In my bedroom, only in my bedroom. I know just how to make you shake. Your body quivers with desire. Every moment's ours to take. You're lost inside this burning fire. Your head's gripping tight, don't let go. I'll lead you where you need to be. Every move, every breath so slow. You'll find your truth in next to me. Closer, closer, don't stop now. Your body's saying what your lips won't allow. Every breath you take, I'm pulling you in. We're crossing lines we've never been. Let go of everything, just feel me near. No need to rush, we got time to steer. In this moment, it's just you and me. Unlocking pleasures we yet to see. Put your leg behind your head, make you beg. Got you saying things you never said. In my bedroom, only in my bedroom. You're losing control like you never knew. In my bedroom, only in my bedroom. In my bedroom, only in my bedroom. You're losing control like you never knew. In my bedroom, only in my bedroom.
Welcome back to Zealous Vibe, man. At the beginning of the show, we talked about love and affection. We broke down some of the definitions and some of the ways we love, but we're going to continue that. It's your boy DJ Willie Will, and we have in the building
Hayes, baby.
Dre.
It's your boy Tone Black, and just want to re-emphasize some of the what we spoke about, and just get a little more personal with it, like some experiences and things that we've actually been through or we going through. Honestly, I believe like most people say their first love was what, somewhere in their teens. As a teenager, it's like, did you really love them or did you just care about them? You know what I'm saying? You had feelings for them. Because it wasn't really love.
I think, like I said, what I went back to is when we think about first loves, we think about people who we were truly in love with in the beginning. And I can speak logically on this. Like, for prime example, this was my first boyfriend, the first person that I actually encountered a relationship with, a real base relationship with. And when I speak about first love, it's somebody who actually who taught me the characteristics of what love was outside of what I actually knew what love was.
Can I ask you what your age was?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But age don't even matter with this
This
because
ain't Aaliyah and R. Kelly. It do matter.
Well,
Well,
let me chime in on that. Age does and doesn't matter, but at a younger age, your definition and your feelings of love is not going to be the same as if you're 20, 30, and 40.
no, because instance, back in the day,
Back in the day.
people were 15, 16, 17 in love and got married. Yes.
But this not back in the day.
But it doesn't matter though, because now we think more about age preferences other than what we actually think about back in how women and men was taking care of the house at the age of 16, having kids at the age of 16 and being married at the age of 16. Then versus now in reality, how life evolved. So we can't speak about age because now that you've learned how your parents were back in the day versus what we are now and how life evolved, you might think that, oh, we were 16, 17, 18. We didn't know what love was, but love was different when it came from 1950s and 1960s and 1970s. So you can't depict on age when we were having kids at the age of 16, 17, married at the age of 15. That's how people were married for 40 to 80 to 60 years.
All right.
That's life.
Oh, we got this. But we're just going to let Hayes go ahead and break down his thoughts
Back
real
then,
quick.
they had bills. I mean, they had a house that was already ready. Now we have bills. If you're talking about you love somebody at 15, 16, 17, 18, you don't have no real bills. You don't have no real responsibilities. You don't have nothing going on. And the number one cause of divorce and people separating is money. But you only really start spending real money when you get out on your own and you get an apartment or you go get a house and you have real bills. Because you want that man to be like the man of the house. But we live in a society right now where a man needs help. No man can't pay all of these bills. Your granddaddy wasn't paying internet bill. Your granddaddy wasn't paying for this high-ass car insurance and doing all of this other stuff. He wasn't doing none of this.
Now let's go back, because in reality, women was in the house at the age of 16, 17, 18, preparing for the household for the men. And the man was working at factories where they were only making a penny a day. So you can't say that, yeah, society right now, but internet bills and Wi-Fi, they didn't have that back in the day.
Cost of living
That's different, because cost of living right now is different from cost of living back then, because we can speak on cost of living right now and how it's high. But back then they could hardly afford that. And it was only one person living in the household who can afford those bills.
So the average bills right now, car note, car insurance, rent, renter's insurance, groceries, in Dallas is gonna run you about $2,500 to $3,000. So are you saying that every man in Dallas can support those needs? And that's not even your needs of your personal items. You got a child, you got to support them. You got daycare. You got a lot more stuff going on. You got maintenance to the car. You got all of these things, and it's not gonna add up.
Yeah, let me go and jump in here for a little bit. That kind of threw me off just a little bit. I'm tracking y'all conversation, but it's veering off from love itself. From what y'all saying is like being a provider and, supporting one another or whatnot. But if we have, can you look up the definition of love? Because if we hear that definition of love,
It's not money.
and then if you're at a young age, can you fall in that definition at a young age? That's what I want to hear. And once you find a definition, then I can give you an answer, because without the definition, let's say that you can't, let's say love is a strong affectionate for one another and willing to do whatever to make that person happy. Now, if you're young and you can do that, then you can definitely be in love. Did you find definition? No.
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
have the definition for you.
Let's
It's in
get
my
that definition
photos.
one more time, because I can't really make a comment without hearing that definition again.
Okay.
Because the initial conversation was
your first love,
Your
and
first
can you go
love,
back
yeah,
into knowing
and
the
that,
feelings of your
and
first
then
love?
are you really in love when you're young? So hit us with
young.
that definition real quick,
All right.
and then you can pick it up from there. Or Dre, I'm not sure if you have something to say, but one of y'all can pick it up from there.
It says, general definition of love is often described as an intense feeling of deep affection, care, attachment, and toward someone or something.
Okay. So with that being said, me personally, I feel that if you're young, you can feel and express love because if you have a deep affection, you can act upon that affection. Even though you're young and your definition of love might be a little bit different, you still have that strong affection for someone else.
Right. Because don't a child in general love their mother?
True.
Right.
Because it's not
Their father?
always
It's-
relationship.
Yeah, we
wise.
always get caught up in relationship stuff. But yeah, you don't have to be a certain age to love because anytime you start to spark that emotion inside yourself, that's the journey to begin the path of love. So you just really just gaining more experience. So that's what y'all talking about. Yeah, you experience love at a young age, and then as you mature, your definition changed because you mature. So obviously, it's going to encompass more things like responsibilities and
Yes.
considering other people's feelings and relationships and all that other
That's a
stuff. But
different
yeah,
deck.
you definitely experience love when you come out the womb. And you shown love by your mother.
Right. And then most of the kids, when they grow, they look at what others see based off love. So, for example, my child, she could tell me all day, I love you, mommy. I love you, Pee Wee. I love you, daddy. But that's based off of the love that we provide to other people. We can only give you the example or the action of love for them to know what love is. As they grow older, as they get older, that's when they decipher whether or not you know if you're in love with somebody or if you actually love somebody based off of the caring, the supportness, or the
Those
attachment or
love
the
languages
affections.
we talked about.
Yes.
You figure that out, and
Exactly.
then
Yeah, you just broaden your definition of love because like the first time it's gonna be like a parental thing or familial type
Right,
of love. Then
exactly.
as your circle expanding, you get more experience in life. You meet other people, and then you start to share
Platonic.
your love with different people. So now you go to platonic, then you go to relationships and stuff
Okay.
like that. Romantic
So
love.
let's bring it back to where the original question was.
Okay.
Have you ever felt like you was with somebody that you supposedly loved and it didn't work, and now you feel like, damn, you regret it or you still have some love for them? Is there anybody? It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
you want to tell your
It-
story? Because I got
Well,
one.
yeah. If I say I love somebody, I pretty much gonna love them forever, unless they do something like totally
Or
devastating.
do it
to-
just break down into like a smaller increment of love? Like,
Nah, because I honor the feelings that I had for that person. It's independent of them at that point. Because I'm acknowledging the feeling that I had and that they sparked in me.
Yeah.
So it's really independent. I might hate that person right now,
okay,
but
that's
I
exactly what I'm
still
getting
got
at.
love for him because
Right.
we did share some special moments. I can't deny that part of my life, my
Right.
experience.
And
So,
I'm gonna break it down a little bit more.
I-
After
I
I'm get
never
done,
did-
we gonna come to you,
Yeah,
Hayes,
I
because
never
I
discount
see
that
you cooking up
experience.
some
Yeah, you
shit
let
over
me-
there, Hayes. So let me go and get this out, and you can take it from here. So we're gonna talk about my first love. So that started off in high school. There was affection there that got stronger. Years went by. We ended up getting married. The love was still there. The affection was still there. Now, when you're talking about once it's over, like Dre was saying, there's a sense of love there, but it's like the topic of the conversation: love versus affection. Yeah, there's still love there, but guess what? That affection, once it's over, you're not expressing those affections. You still love them per se, because y'all been through some shit. So I still love the shit that we went through, and I still love that you was there for me when I was down. I still love the fact that all this other stuff. But guess what? That affection is no longer there because that affection is going to somebody else.
And
So-
that goes back to what somebody say about age. That's why I speak about ages and the difference, because you were in high school. Same way with my instance, everybody matured differently than everybody else. So me, I was out the house by 18. I knew exactly what I expected out of love because of what I was received. Now, the different type of characteristics and affirmations that I was provided to is what made me know who was my first love in a relationship. So as you go back to, if you were in a relationship, a point of time where your first love could be somebody who you thought back to. Now, there was a point in time that I had a child by a person that I knew I really didn't truly love as much as I did as my first love. But in an instance, I knew that the situation that we were in wasn't going to bring me to where I could continue to have that relationship with him. It might be good on a friendship level and I still love you, but as life goes on and as we grow, we become two different people and our love can grow differently from me being in love with you. Mm-hmm. Doesn't mean that my love didn't ever give away when I was with somebody else.
So it just altered.
Maybe.
What you cooking up over there, Hayes? What you cooking up over there, man? I see the thoughts leaking out of your skull, man. I mean, you can.
You know, I'm different.
That's what I'm saying. We need that. Not only we, the listeners need that other opinion because everybody not like us. Everybody not like Dre. Everybody not like Tone. Everybody not like Taz. What you may say may fit somebody else's category that they need to hear this shit today.
See what I'm saying? I thought I was in love 8th grade. You hear me? That's what I thought it was. And then it gradually, you know, that relationship didn't go right. Then I thought I was in love in 11th, 12th grade. Mm-hmm. That didn't go right. And each time it was like, man, I thought I was in love, but maybe I really wasn't. Mm-hmm. So then I got out of school. Then became the bills and everything else. Then you help them pay for stuff. So then I was like, you know, I really love this girl because I'm going the extra mile. I'm working all these hours to help her pay some bills. Mm-hmm. See what I'm saying? Then I'm like, yeah, I must really love her because I'm spending my money to do stuff.
Next question.
So that's giving, gifts, and receiving.
Yeah,
acts of service.
Well, okay. Yeah, I'm doing my acts of service, and I'm thinking that I really love her. Then, you know, it gets a little deeper. So each time, I think I'm in love, but I'm not.
It might not be what she thought it was.
I got a question. You think you in love, but your thought of it's not. Was it she was not giving you the love that you received? Like you giving her the love that you can put out, right? So think back. Was she really giving you love that you be like, yeah, she in love with me? Could that
and you
be
know,
the problem?
Me being older now, it might have been different love languages because she might have been giving me some that I didn't accept as love, but I was giving her something that I thought was love. Mm-hmm. But it might not have been that way. Yeah. So it's hard for me because I don't go backwards. I go forward.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't talk to none of my exes. It's just it is what it is.
Me neither.
Point. Because we didn't make it, and then we didn't make it for a reason.
There's a reason.
You know, because I always I do the most that I can to make something work, and then when it don't work, all right, whatever. I throw it in the back. It is what it is. I don't need no closure. Basically, I don't need no closure.
Just move on.
It is what it is. It was closure enough when we wasn't talking enough. That was enough for me. Mm-hmm. So I've experienced love, but you know, love is hard. Love is hard. Love is hard because love is supposed to be unconditional. But if you can't find somebody that's gonna love you unconditionally, then you know, is it really love?
And I think that's the problem.
Familiar love is unconditional, maybe.
And I think that's the point of I was about to get to. You might have had the love that you expressed that you expected back, but it wasn't the same love that you had before things had altered. You get what I'm saying? Like, let's just say the acts of services that you were doing, you expected a little bit more out of that. And so you gave that in love situation, but in reality, it wasn't the love that you received back.
I mean, once I got older, I understood that, but it was just the same as, you know, I had grandparents that was married for 64 years.
Right.
So, you know, you got to go to be married 64 years, you got to go through hell and high water. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So if they can still love each other and whoever I'm with, we still can't love each other, it's really love.
Maybe then
I got two
she
questions.
Lacked the love that you were supposed to
have. It's going to go around for everybody.
Okay.
What was that one thing or that one moment or time or something that occurred that made you know you was in love?
Oh, you want to start this off?
Yeah, if you need to think about it, go ahead.
Look, you like
ready.
And everybody question, everybody answers.
That one thing that made me felt like I was in love. It was actually and I'm gonna say feeling. It was like a moment. It was a feeling and a thought of like, you know what? I want to take care of this motherfucker for the rest of my life.
Damn, big dog.
And it was a feeling that was like chills. Is like, you know what? Yeah, this it. Like that's when I knew. When I was like, yeah, I want to take care of this motherfucker for the rest of my life. Then I knew I was in love because everybody ain't taking care of everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's mine. Yeah, go ahead. What you got? Taz, you got something?
Mine
Taz said she don't know what love is. No, just go ahead.
Mine was when I knew that somebody actually cared about my well-being and cared about my feelings and my emotions when I wasn't receiving that before. And I'm not saying with another relationship, I'm talking about in my own household. And their family was able to give in towards me because they realized that another person lacked. That's when I felt that was my in love situation, because you actually care about my well-being, and most people don't care about your well-being.
Mm-hmm.
So when you felt loved, you knew you was in love.
Because I care about myself and I love myself for real. So if I feel like you love me as much as I love myself,
Mine's is
Hold on, Tom. I just thought about some shit you said on the last show. This nigga said, I love you more than your daddy do.
daddy love you.
yeah.
Now, that's some fucking
For
love.
real, that's
right
some
there.
in love type of
Your
shit.
daddy ain't got shit on the love I'm willing to
And
give.
that was after the point. The thing that made me feel like I knew I loved somebody, and it might sound crazy to y'all, but if I can cry for your circumstances because of what you going through and what we going through, if I cry for you, I feel like shit. I love you because I don't cry for nobody. I don't show emotions. I really don't get too fussed about a lot of shit.
So you feel that empathy and sympathy.
Empathy.
Yeah, like
And
if
that
I
hit
can
you.
cry about this because you feel a certain way, it's like, man, I'm gonna really love this person.
What you got, Dre?
Mine a combination of different things. Like it took a little acts of service, communication, and just time, really. You know. And then I just figured out that we gel. You know, we rock together, and that's when I just felt like, you know, I love you, because we hit it off on so many different levels, not just one thing. You know, the touch was there. You know.
Physical touch.
Yeah, the physical touch.
I was touching everything I love. Not just
Yeah, but I'm selective like that though. So I don't fool around with everybody like that. So
I got a question though. After all that we talked about, do y'all believe that someone can actually have love at first sight? So think about the definition and answer that. Can someone actually have love at first sight?
Yes.
no.
I feel like it comes with a lot of men too.
It's like winning the lotto. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you good. I feel like when men
you.
decide that they want to get married or they want to bow down and bow their knees to you, and it takes early time than what they actually take for years to do, that's love at first sight, because I can witness that.
So hold on, we're gonna track. You got this in a minute, Hayes. I'm just gonna hit Taz real quick. So you telling me if I walk up to you and be like, girl, I want to marry you.
Well, that's some crazy.
That's
You heard
love
a
at
90-day
first sight, baby.
fiance?
That's love at first sight.
That's
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Come on, shit.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
That
Go
ain't
ahead.
no sitcom. That's real life. That's
They got
reality.
90-day
Wait.
fiance.
So if somebody said that to you, you'd be all right with that.
Because then he already know what he wanted. He sees
He
something
don't even know
in
you.
No.
It don't. I feel like there's love at first sight. I don't care. Y'all can.
That's what you gotta say, Hayes, because I'm gonna answer
opinion.
this question.
I mean, you go ahead and answer. I'm gonna say what I need to say. Go ahead.
Now, I looked it up already, and it's already been a study, and it's already been proven that there's no such thing as love at first sight, because you got to think about what love is. It's a strong affection for somebody. So how can somebody have this strong feeling and affection if they just saw you?
The aroma?
No, hold on. What it is they have a strong feeling for lust.
Lust.
They have
That's
a strong
exactly
feeling
what I
for other stuff. It's not love itself. It's not love at first sight. It's like they have the need. This would get a lot of people. They have the need to want to love you off the back. but that's not love at first sight. They looking at you and be like,
Okay.
I can love you, girl. That's not love at
Yeah.
first sight. That's the willing to
That's
love
game.
somebody.
That makes sense
I'll
because then
tell
you
But there's
have
no
to
such
grow
thing
into
as love at first sight.
They trying to hit.
Well, maybe then there's a different
trying to get
definition
it in,
between
baby.
definition of love
Yeah.
because there's people who you can be like, damn, I have a. So then, would you think? Oh, I have potential with you, or I want to be with you. I know what I want in you, based off of the energy and the aroma,
That's not love.
That's an infatuation.
the
That
infatuation.
starts with that thought, and it starts with that willingly
That's a
to
desire.
give you all that I
But
have.
then we in this wrong. Then
But what you got, Hayes? You
I'm
said
learning
you
every day.
I've had that before.
have what? Come on, because I said a lot of shit. Have what? Infatuation.
Infatuation.
Oh, with somebody?
Yeah, you might see her from across the room or across the parking lot. You say, "Ooh, she a bad one." You say, "I gotta have it. I
see,
gotta
but that's
have it
not
now. I gotta have it." Hey,
But
hey,
that's
how
not
you?
first at
Hey,
first sight.
hey, how you doing, Miss Lady? All right, but it's the same thing because you don't.
How?
You don't know her mentally.
Nah.
You don't. You only all you know her is physically.
Cause look,
And you're saying, ooh, you match what I'm trying to get into.
You coulda-
know what I'm talking about?
But that's lust.
But that's the difference.
That's words of lust.
Look, we
Yeah, I
got
feel
Big
like-
Mama speaking for a second, and she's saying that that's actually lusting. That's what you said.
I feel like women and
And
men
that's us
want
as
two
a
different
women.
things.
And as a man,
Y'all, as women, y'all want that story tale ending.
not
But
every
when we
woman.
see it, hey, we trying to come get it now.
you could have kicked it with a motherfucker the whole night and got to know him. Y'all done kicked it for 10 hours, just tight. Just, I love her personality. She funny. She fine. She digging me. You vibing. But you know what? That ain't love.
But you kicking it. I seen her.
First night, first sight, same thing. First time you seen her
feel
was
like
that
the-
night.
I feel like those are two different things. I feel like
Lust and love at first sight.
That was ecstasy.
I mean,
because
it-
some people already know in life, and that's when we go back to the first episode that we came through, when we talk about knowing if the person that you want to be with is a person that you really will desire and what you settle with. This comes from, I know what I want. This is the type of energy that I love. And then when I get more to deeper and to know her, this I knew I love her. That's that type of love.
So you
First
seen
at
the
love
potential.
sight, I feel like, this is based off of biblical and spiritual situations. Now, some people have the energy and the aroma to understand and know that this person that I set myself around is the person that I know that I'm a marry, and this is the person that I love. And this goes based to your example. You prayed forever to know that the next person that you end up having, I guess, a baby with or something.
Mm-hmm.
And when you found out, that's the person that you actually love because you prayed for it. A lot of times, people who actually know what they want for love and they know the type of energy that they want will expire that energy and that aroma, and that's first at love sight.
That wasn't first to love. If I had to pray for it.
let them go on and pick it up. I think we got your point, Taz. What you got, Tom?
That wasn't love at first sight. I loved her, but we had broke up in between then. But I still had the same prayer. And it just so happened we got brought back together on some other shit that I ain't mentioned, but it's just not even worth talking about right now because it'll be a long story. But we got brought back together, and that's how it ended up happening. But it wasn't love at first sight. It was more so I'm down here partying in Dallas. Shit, I'm doing what the fuck I'm doing. I'm on ecstasy. I'm smoking. I'm drinking. I was having the time of my life, and then I met the person for me. It's not love at first sight. It's never love at first sight.
All right.
What you got, Hayes?
You just see potential in somebody.
Oh, Dre, you got something, Dre?
You get lucky.
Yeah, I think the whole concept of love at first sight is a little bit delusional, you know, on both parties. Because you like he said, like Hayes said, you don't know the person. That's a total stranger that you walking up to say, I love you. I want to be with you for the rest of my life. I mean, that's a good feeling to have in theory, but at the same time, you don't know if that person's a serial killer. You don't know their sexual history. You don't know if they got full-blown AIDS or whatever. You just pledge your love to somebody you don't know. So that's a level of delusion. I'm not saying that's bad, because that's the hopeful feeling of love that inspires love. You know, that's the essence of love to me. You know, you see somebody, you just totally infatuated with them, you want to get to know them. Okay, that's a beautiful story. But when you just break it down and bring it back down to reality, that's delusional. That's a fantasy.
That's a single person's good night.
Yeah, like I say, it's
Once the
nothing
high
wrong
is
with it, but
gone
you
and the
also
nut
have
is
to
out,
bring yourself down to
it's
reality
over.
and
Not
say,
with the
hey,
nut.
I'm meeting a total stranger. I need to take my time to actually get to know this person so I can fall in love with this person. That's why I don't believe in love at first sight, because I believe love takes
Nobody
time.
said you were in love.
Well, that's kind of what you're saying when you say love at first
Well,
sight.
yeah, when I'm talking about love at first sight, you're literally saying
I'm in
love.
love with
Yeah,
the
that's-
person.
Yeah, you literally saying I love you.
That's
Well,
lust at
That's why I
first
said there's
sight.
no such
We
thing.
have two different definitions on it.
Because to me, what that says is you love them at first sight, just organically. You're probably gonna have sex with them. Is that feeling still gonna be there after y'all have sex?
After
That's
that
what I'm
nut
saying.
over, go.
Are you still gonna feel that way after you have sex with them?
Nope.
And a lot of time for men, I'm one of the men. You had sex with them, and you be like, man, what? Why am I here? Why am I here? What am I doing here? Like,
Oh, you different. I'll be like, why is she here?
Oh yeah. You know,
She gotta go.
Same thing. So I mean, I don't feel like it is. There's no such thing as love at
Nah.
first sight because you got to get to know a person.
I think what Taz was saying is she loves certain attributes of somebody and she can see potential in them. But as far as being in love with them, it's a whole nother thing.
What attributes though?
Yeah,
Oh, we gotta wait for her to
the
come
way
back
they
on that.
look, the way they vibe, or
Lust.
you know, that's just attributes that you see in them that has potential. Like you love what they represent or whatever type shit, but
And that
not
goes-
necessarily in love with them.
That goes back what I was saying. You have the willingness to love.
Right.
So there's
that's
no
a big
such
thing.
thing as love at first sight. You automatically, I just checked you out. You fit that description. I talked to you. You got your shit going right. All right. I can see you fitting in my life. Matter of fact, oh shit. You know what? I can see me loving you. But I ain't in love.
You have to
compatibility.
actively be looking for love in
Yeah.
order to find it.
So for those people who's like, yeah, I love you at first sight, no. You either had lust or you had the willing to love. That falls in the category of you were saying, oh, I like the way you look, and I think we'd be good in bed together. That's kind of version on lust. But then at the same time, somebody else might be like, you know what? We talked. I can see you fitting in my life because you do X or whatever, and I feel that I can love you in the future.
Nobody can tell you what love is. Just because you seen your parents or grandparents go through it, they've been together 50-some years. He been cheating on her. He might have been beating on her. No, that's not all love. That's
maybe
just
not.
you didn't get to see it. Nah, maybe not. But you know what I'm saying? It's not to say that's gonna be love for you, because you gotta learn to love whatever you've experienced in life and the things you went through and how things are, you know, what's the word? How things are advancing for you in a sense. I couldn't get the word out, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's gonna change because the times change. And one of the main things is not that love has to deal with finances, but when you go through different problems, you could tell how that person stand by you or not. That's gonna depend and determine, damn, do she really love me? Because when times got hard, that motherfucker just up and left and went back to her mama house, or she went to her ex, or you know, she out here doing what she doing. She down talking me because I ain't got what she got. Like, it could be some shit like that, or reverse. And that's some of the things that you look like, damn, I can't deal with this.
But at the same note, man, we gotta get ready to get up out of here. I'm gonna go in and start this off. Tone, you end this shit. Love over affection. I truly believe that affection is within love, and affection gets you to love. Sometimes you can be over affectionate, and then somebody won't perceive that to be what you want it to be. So therefore, they'll skedaddle or whatever the case may be. But I definitely believe that you have to have affectionate to have a healthy relationship. Anybody want to give their last comments and whatever on this love and affection deal?
I tread lightly on love, so if you really love me, you gotta show me and give me the affection, the emotion to make me give you the same energy that you expect out of me.
All right. Ultimately, what I pull from it is we need to really expand our vocabulary and really understand what we are actually wanting. Cause like we keep saying love, but it's really infatuation, and we need to understand that
That's
when
what
we
they
first,
want.
yeah, when we first meet somebody, it's infatuation, and so there's nothing wrong with that. That's to me, that's just a precursor to love. So we really just need to broaden our vocabulary and learn how to define these terms, so we won't be getting confused. Because what we call love ain't always love; it's just infatuation. It's a step to love, in my opinion.
You got something you want to end up on, Hayes? Got something you want to say? I mean, just let the people know, man, what's on your mind.
I think love is a journey.
Yeah, definitely.
Love is a lot, and we use the term loosely because you can't. You know, in this year, I done seen one girl on my Facebook love 12 niggas. See what I'm talking about? See what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? So when you love them, you just don't up and leave them. You know, you work with them, and you know, it's empathy and it's compromise and all of those things. So yeah, it's a lot that go with it. That's why your grandma and your grandpa loved each other, because they went through a lot of stuff. Now I don't know what this is. This is not love. What we got going on today. It's not love. It's not love when, you know, it's not love. You know, so that's I'm gonna leave off with that. It's not love.
I guess I'll wrap it up with don't be disingenuous or not understanding of someone's love for you or overlook it or be ungrateful because they don't show you the same amount of affection that they had at one point. Long as they showing you some sort of affection, maybe they love language ain't the same as yours as what you expect, but if y'all love each other enough to work on it, then you can get to that point. So don't let the affection tear the love away, because the affection is what brought you together.
Mm.